Alright, Shalom Israel. I want to start off this lesson by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah by Hashem, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Pieces and blessings to Akim out here pushing his truth for all sincerity and diligence. And Shalom to the 1/3 men, women, and children. And Shalom to the scattered elect who may look like the heathen, are the stock and lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. In the scripture, this lesson today is basically about how Esau, the so-called Caucasian man, which is the American whites, Christians, and the so-called Israelis that are in the Holy Land today, how they will pay for basically for putting their hands on the Lord's people and also destroying the earth. And as you can see that we're in the end times, and as the scriptures say, I'm gonna get in the book of Jeremiah. I mean, not the book of Jeremiah, but in the book of Job. That the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. And it says, this is the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. And it says, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is it? Who is he? So this is a prophecy that Job has got. It shows that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Everybody, and according to the book of Malachi, which I'll bring up next, that Esau is the border of wickedness. And he's the only man that covers the faces. Like who else whitewashed all the pictures of the biblical Israelites, and not even just the biblical Israelites. He whitewashed the pictures of the Egyptians, of the Philistines. He tried to cover all the pictures of who people truly were. And he's been doing this ever since he came into power during the Greco-Roman Empire. And matter of fact, I'm gonna just read it in the get Malachi real quick. Stop there. Malachi 1:5. I'm gonna get that. 1:1. Get that real quick for you. And it says, this is the book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 1. And it says, the book of the word of Yahweh, the Lord Yahweh, to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord Yahweh. Yet you say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith Yahweh. Yet I loved Jacob and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts. Shalakia. It says, wherein Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh, Lord of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down. They shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh have indignation forever. You know, so they know that, the Most High doesn't ain't fucking with them. He knows that they know that he hates them with a passion, and what they think, what I'm saying, with them building up the society, which all this is the revival of the Western Roman Empire, that they will rule forever. And that's their whole goal. They're trying to they're basically trying to get their birthright back, by subjecting all the people to being under them, by taking a chip, by whitewashing them, by whitewashing all the images and creating false pseudosciences and all this bullshit. But as the Lord Yahweh said, you know what I'm saying, they shall build, but I will throw down. And as you clearly see, he is tearing down their society and their kingdom, and as it says, furthermore in the scripture, it says, they shall be called the border of wickedness, the people against whom Yahweh have indignation forever. I'm going to read that part in the NLT, and it says, their land will be known as the land of wickedness. And you can clearly tell that America is the land of wickedness. Just look at all the shit that you can do here. You can be a part of the alphabet community here. You can worship different religions. You can worship Satanism. You can eat abominations. Celebrate witchcraft, pagan holidays. All these things go on in the land of America, which is symbolically Babylon the Great. And when the Lord destroyed them, they will know that his indignation reigned with them forever. You know what I'm saying? Because just look at what the fuck they did since they ain't been in power. For one, they done raped, robbed, and murdered. You know what I'm saying? Yasha Allah, which are that's the holy tongue of saying the Hebrew Israelites, which consist of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They stole our resources. They even stole our fucking heritage and claiming to be us, claiming to be the tribe of Judah, which you know what I'm saying, that's only one tribe, because, and this is another thing about these goddamn small hats. How can y'all claim the land in 1948 and say that y'all the chosen people? Well, according to scripture, when the true chosen people, which would be all 12 tribes of Israel, go back into the land, there will be no more wars but peace on earth. That's how you know that they don't match up to prophecy. And that's another thing. That's another reason why they have to pay for what they done. Let me get Obadiah 1 and 2. This is the book of Obadiah. I'm going to just start off with 1. Verse 1, it says, the vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador said among the heathen, arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made you small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. So the nation of Edom, the so-called white man, is the smallest nation in all of the earth. They're the least numbered, and also the most despised. Everybody, especially now, everybody is seeing that the so-called white man is the devil. You know what I'm saying? Which is devil means deceiver, and they're getting tired of him. And it says, "The pride of thy heart have deceived thee, and thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rocks, whose habitation is high as self, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down." And that's what the fuck they do. You know what I'm saying? Ever since they built up built this wicked ass kingdom, ever since the Renaissance era, you know, with the start of the Renaissance era, which the Renaissance means rebirth. And they built this kingdom. They didn't think they have the thought that no one would take them down. You know, they have over much pride. And it says, though thy this chapter, verse 4, it says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down. You know, so they act like they soar amongst the eagle, which the nation symbol of Edom is the bald eagle. You know, and that's how you know that the so-called Caucasians are the nation of Edom. You know, because from America, their nation animal is the bald eagle. In Rome, not Rome, in Greece, it was the eagle. Rome, it was the eagle. You know, and that's how you know symbolically who the scripture is talking about. And it says, though they lay their nest among the stars, meaning they satellites and all this shit that they got in the space, the Lord said he's going to tear that shit down. You know, he's going to tear all that shit down. And I'm going to go down to verse 10. And it says, for the violence of thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. In that day when thou stoodest on the other side, in that day that the strangers carried away captives his forces, and foreigners enter into his gates, cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou wast as one of them. You know, so this is what the white man did. You know, he caused violence towards us. He pursued violence towards us, and this was going on even when we left Egypt. You see in the scriptures when you go to the book of Exodus, how it talks about when we were leaving, when we were traveling through the wilderness, Edom attacked us from behind, mainly Amalek. They attacked us from behind, killing the elderly, you know what I'm saying, the old people and the children. They killed the weak among our people. You know what I'm saying? From behind, you know, and that's the type of character that they have. They fucking snakes. They ain't up front, you know what I'm saying? They'll the type to laugh in your face. Laugh with you and stab you in the back. That's the character trait that they have. You know. Yeah. As the scripture saying, Psalms, it says, that words be smoother than butter, but words in his heart. That's how you know it's talking about these people. You know. And they will pay for what they done. But that's the lesson for today. I just wanted to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Till the next time, Shalom.